Today is truly, in so many ways, a gift. It is so special that we can share our hearts and minds across the world like this. We are certainly on our way to touch that 1 billion hearts. More so today than any time before. The amazing thing is, it took us 22 years to get here. But I do believe that we are probably almost, I would say, very close to that mark of hitting 1 billion hearts. Far more than we have ever been. There are 3 things that carry the concept of Ubuntu. I am because we are. I am because all of you are. This entire journey, first of all, I'd like to put my hands together and thank every one of you that has made this journey truly possible. I'm indebted to all of you. You have made this entire journey possible. You have made this company possible. You have made me possible. So, from the bottom of my heart, from my heart to yours, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me say this. All of you have the potential to be leaders. The reason that you are in that room where you are right now, or you are in that space, be it a bus stop or a taxi stand, holding your mobile phone, or walking in a park somewhere, immaterial where you are there because you are meant to be there. Even today, us talking to each other is not an accident. It is again the beginning of a whole new path for you, and for us, the continuation of our path. Hence, we both have a purpose in meeting like this. In you lies the potential for leadership. And unlike what you might think, because it's so easy to see the world and look at the leaders of the world who have used power to get there. Let me tell you, power is an addiction. It is like taking any kind of a drug. Power corrupts you. Power, when it is absolute, then corrupts you absolutely. So, the best way to wield power is like us having to deal with electricity. You must always insulate yourself. When you touch electricity in its raw form, you die. You get a shock. It paralyzes you, and it can totally decimate you. It can kill. But you need electricity. You need to be able to manage it. You need to be able to use it. It is a utility. Hence, power or money is a utility. So how do we handle this without getting burned? And that is the true secret to success. See, being successful right away is probably the worst curse in your life. I have seen so many people come into this business, come into this industry, and become instantly successful. And that is, in fact, not a blessing. Because they don't know how they got there. They did not pay a price to get there. It basically landed on them. And they actually believed then, at that point, that they were lucky. The reality is, they were not. Because when it lands into your lap, success, in the form of money or power, and you are unable to control it, then it controls you. and you become its slave. So the way to insulate yourself is one, service. When you think of the fact that you are serving someone, not that they are serving you, but you are serving them, then you will always take the higher path. Next is love. And love is a very, very powerful thing. But not the kind of love that you're thinking about. Love means, first of all, loving what you do. When you love what you do, you never have to work a single day in your life. When you love what you do, you wake up every morning with gratitude. When you love what you do, everything around you, you do with joy. And when you love what you do not know the meaning of the word work. The trouble is, when you think that you are going to work every day, when you're going to work every day, that becomes a prison sentence. And every day becomes agony. But the instant it becomes love, you love what you do, you love who you are, you love the people around you, then the whole thing transforms into joy. That is the love that you need to have. Something that's always misunderstood is, I love my people, I serve them, I do everything for them, but how come they don't love me back? This is one of the questions I get asked every other week on. They don't love me back. And I feel disappointed. So let me take a few minutes to talk about this. Loving you back is not an option. It's not necessary. It's a redundant exercise. You see, when you love something, and I can show you one after another of people going out there to do things that they love, like climbing a mountain or surfing. Loving the sea is a wonderful thing, but to expect the sea to love you back, that is stupid. Loving the sea is a wonderful thing. Loving the mountain that you climb is a wonderful thing. But expecting the mountain to love you back is never going to happen. The mountain is a mountain. It is not going to love you back. But you can risk your life to climb it. What do you actually love? You love what you do. And you are not waiting in expectation for the mountain to love you back or for the sea to love you back. Are you with me? So then why are you sitting here waiting for your downlines to love you back? For the people that you serve to love you back? You do not serve them in expectation of them loving you back. You serve them because you love what you do. Wonderful. So that is the beauty of what we do. Love what you do, and your life changes. Love who you are and who you want to become, your life changes. And when you see the mountain or the sea or your downlines, love the potential in them. The more challenging they are, the more hostile they are, the more difficult they are, the greater your victory. And your ultimate victory is only within. Your ultimate victory is over yourself and no one else. So when leaders come to me and say, why don't my downlines love me? Then they have totally misunderstood the concept. It's just like saying, why does the ocean not love me? Are you with me? So in the concept of love, and service. I want to keep to a topic right now that is very close to my heart. And that is serve, love, give. Now, give embodies an aspect of life that is so powerful. You cannot receive until you give. Giving is the power. It is a superpower. Ultimately, when we began this company, the first thing that all of us agreed at that point is that we would allot a certain percentage of the company's profits to giving back to society, to giving back to Mother Nature, to giving back to this world and to everyone in it, in some form or another. And that to us was serving, was love, and was giving. A combination of all three. Ubuntu is all about that. Ubuntu is so powerful. I love this word from Mother Africa. It is such a word that it is so difficult to be able to understand it the first time you hear it. It's a word that you live your lifetime through. It's a word that has to have a new meaning every single day. And for those of you from Africa, you are blessed. For Ubuntu from your land has come to ours, and from ours to the world. The thing that I want to share to you about is this concept of giving, of caring, of serving the world, and of love, because that is the ultimate superpower. Because these three things, serve, love, give, will insulate us from power, from money, from dealing with all of these things. Power or money needs insulation. A good electrician always wears rubber boots, rubber gloves, and is constantly watching out and respectful of the power of electricity, for it can kill him. If he loses his concentration, he dies. When someone climbs a mountain, he must respect the mountain and know that if he misses and slips, he dies. And when someone surfs these 10-foot high waves, again, he has to respect the ocean, for he knows that if he makes a mistake, he dies. Such is power and money. Hence, the way that we must approach it, the way that we must insulate our minds, is to always be in a state of service. To be fueled by love, remembering there is no expectation of a return in love. You do it because you love doing it, not because you need something back. And finally, you give everything that you have. But in order to do these three things, the first thing you have to do is stop listening to other people. Listening to other people is the beginning of our sliding down. It is other people's opinions that drive us. We need to constantly live up to somebody else's expectations, and therein lies the mistake. Therein lies our failure. If we stop listening, we will start hearing. And we will start hearing to our own voice. Because our own voice is almost always right. It simply says, stop listening to other people. Stop listening to the fools. Stop letting people steal your dreams. Rhythm is our Ubuntu. We have been saying Ubuntu for 22 years and using the word rhythm. And rhythm is very, very powerful. But the first aspect of rhythm is raise yourself. Raise yourself. Raising yourself means you need to be in a position that you can help and guide someone. If you don't raise yourself, then you have followers following followers. Followers following followers is a very dangerous concept because you will never end. Followers following followers is essentially going around in a circle. Leadership is about breaking and setting new rules. Are you with me? But when you break new rules, then you can truly be different. When you break new rules, you can even break out of the environment that you're trapped in. We are all trapped in different environments. It's a prison that we carry around. But when we can have a dream, then the facts don't count. If the dream is big enough, then we can break free of our environment and reach out and reach for the stars. We can break free of our environment just as a fish can leap out of the stream and catch berries in a tree. Now this doesn't seem possible, but believe me when I say it is. If a fish can do that, then you can break out of every environment that you are in right now. You can break out of it and reach for the sky. And that is truly pursuing your dreams. Don't let anything hold you back. A fish is naturally in water, and yet it can leave the safety and security of its water. It can leave the environment that it is so familiar with, and if it leaves the water long enough, it dies. And still, it can do that. So even in nature, for a fish to be able to do that is possible. Then again, nature is telling you to break free and aim for the sky. To leave that comfort zone. To reach for that impossible dream. To believe in yourself. Because that is truly what your path is and what your path has begun right now. And once you begin on this path, then the next thing is never give up. Not giving up is not an option. It's something that you must believe in. Rejections will come to you one after another. That's our poison, so to speak, rejection. That can kill us or they can make us strong. It can be either the best thing that's ever happened to us or it can completely destroy us. So what? The beautiful answer to that is, so what? Someone is waiting. So what? Some will, some won't. So what? Someone is waiting somewhere. And when you believe in that, you will get up again. As I said to you yesterday, I will say to you today, and I'll say to you tomorrow, there is only one key to success, one ingredient to success. I'm teaching you how to insulate yourself from success. But the key to achieving it is getting up again. You will fall, you get up again. You will fall, and then you will get up again. And there is nothing as powerful as getting up again. Because getting up again simply tells you this, that you can achieve. You will achieve. You must achieve. And this is what your life is all about, to achieve. And it must be done today. There is no tomorrow. There's no procrastination. It has to be done today. Because life is full of challenges. Life is full of mouse traps. Life is full of many obstacles, pit holes, swamps, quicksand, and mouse traps. Never be afraid of defeat. Never be afraid of failure. Never be afraid of falling down. Because all of this make you stronger, make you better, make you smarter, make you sharper. They are all on the way to success. So if you're facing problems right now, if you're facing challenges right now, if you're falling down right now, if you feel that you are in a mouse trap right now, turn it into an exercise machine. Turn it into your advantage. And that is the only way forward. What is the next step? First, stop listening to others. Second, never give up. Right? Third, change. Because ultimately, you today are standing in the position that you brought yourself to. No one else. You cannot blame the stars. You cannot blame astrology. You cannot blame the planets. You cannot blame your parents. You cannot blame the government. Don't blame anything else. You are responsible for where you are today, this minute. Now, if you are responsible, you have brought yourself to this position, then you need to take yourself out of this position. You need to go from here, moving forward. Now, what does that mean? Everything that you have applied till today, everything that you have put into place till today, all of your ideas, all of your strategies, whatever it is, or simply lack of them, lack of strategies, lack of willpower, lack of discipline, lack of determination, lack of drive, all of these things have brought you to this point in your life. Moving forward, you need to change. You need to change. Your attitude needs to change. Attitude is the single most powerful difference in your life. Two people in the same circumstance will be defined by their attitude. One person looks at the problem, looks at the darkness in the room, and he cries. The other person in the same room, in the same situation, looks at the light and he rejoices. The difference is only in the mindset, nothing else. It is like you sitting down to watch the sunrise. As the sun rises so beautifully in the horizon, you can be mesmerized by the sun, by the beauty of nature, or like someone wrote in a book somewhere, something silence. Or you can be slapping the mosquitoes and be focused on the mosquitoes or the flies. So your choice, focus on the flies or focus on the sunrise. It is here that you define your life. And when you define your life here, everything changes. The road that you take changes. So here, change must be born. Change or die. It's as simple as that. Every time you see it, it must remind you. Every day that you see it, it must remind you to change. Because every day you have to change just a little bit and your direction will change. And age is no barrier. Whatever age you are, wherever you are, is no barrier. You must wish to change. You must desire to change. You must be hungry for change. So before it comes to you, it's better that you change. The world is changing. In the last 20 years, that we have been around, we could not have anticipated the technology that we are facing and dealing with today. We are scrambling to catch up. It has changed so amazingly fast. But have you changed that much? Because the world has changed tremendously. Have you changed? Because everything around you is changing. Because the world is moving without you. Now the question is, are you going to change? Or are you going to be changed?